This is a 1965 wheel horse, model 875. This is a hydrostatic transmission. They call theirs a Wheel-O-Matic. Has an 8 horsepower engine. The engine has been bored 10 thousandths over. I took off the head to check it out. Measured a half a thousandths wear since it's been bored. So it's still got a lot to go yet. Does not smoke. Runs good. Battery comes with it. The front rims needed some paint, so I took them apart and cleaned and painted the rims. So they've been painted even underneath the tires, and then the tires put back on, so there's no rust inside. This is the proper style of tire for the 1965. There's no lift cable. The lift cable was bad. So I make these pieces for other tractors. It's adjustable, so you can move this hitch up and down and put this bolt in a different position if you want the hitch at a different height. This hitch and pin goes with it. I'm looking to sell this tractor. Which is why I'm making this video. Somebody has added a tail light. And they added headlights. Now this style of a headlight is made for a later model tractor. So the hood has been cut to receive this style of headlight. For some reason there's no switch, so that needs to be added. The headlight assembly is complete. So the headlight and tail light would need wired. This is not the original seat. It's got a few tears. Works pretty well. The seat pan was not modified. I weld studs onto the bottom of whatever type of seat I have to use it on these tractors, so I don't modify the tractor. This one has all 4 rubber bumpers. One of them's pretty well smashed there. And it looks like they've added a bolt here, so the weld must have broken loose at some point. But they added a bolt to hold it back in the original position. In order to push these hydrostatic units, you have to loosen this bolt, which is why this wrench is in here. There's a decal here that describes that you open it a half a turn in order to push it. The fan's in good shape. There should be a fan guard on there, and it is missing. They frequently broke due to vibration. There's some cracks in the toolbox here next to the bolts from stress. That's a common problem. I have two tractors like this, and they are both cracked there. The ignition switch is not original, but it works. Everything works on this mechanically. It looks like at some point in time somebody has cut this a little bit and folded that over to give it more clearance so it wouldn't rub instead of straightening the thing. Starts and runs good. Charges. So the charging system works good. The generator light works. The light goes out when it gets running. Not the original lighter. It's in there just to fill the hole. Steering wheel's in good shape. It's got the original cap. This one's pretty nice. It doesn't have very much distortion like you see on some of them. Common problem for tractors made between 62 and 65 is the frame cracks. Somebody has repaired this one. They welded a plate across the front of that section right there. So that has been repaired. So the hydrostatic transmission is a little bit different to drive than what a standard transmission is. There is a pedal here, not really a clutch or a brake. It merely moves the hydrostatic lever back to neutral. So if I was moving forward and you push the pedal down, it moves this lever back to neutral. Similarly, if you're going in reverse, push the pedal down to stop. It moves that lever back to neutral. Now when the hydrostatic transmission's running, it does hold the rear wheels at that particular speed, so it acts like a brake while you're using it. That's why I say there is really no brake. Now another thing about the hydrostatic transmission is it takes a little bit of load on the engine just to run the hydrostatic pump. So this lever down here disengages the belt and also applies the parking brake, which is internal to the transmission. When you put the parking brake on, that disengages the belt. It takes the load off of the engine, so it's easier to start. It also prevents any creeping. If you want to stop and get off the tractor for a bit, you should use that brake, just in case the lever does not move the mechanism back to neutral. So I'm going to start this up and demonstrate how it works. So when you first get on, you like to make sure this is in the neutral position. There is an indicator down here that tells you if it's in forward or reverse. The easiest way to get to neutral is to push in the clutch. So that's going to move this back to its neutral position. The indicator's adjusted fairly well, so it's pointing to neutral. You like to have your parking brake on, which is in the downward position, and that removes the load from the engine. The engine's not warm, so I'm going to give it some choke to start it. This is a twist-to-lock throttle cable. So I'm going to give it some gas, probably about a little over halfway out, and turn it to lock it. When it starts, I'm going to push the choke in to remove the choke. Here it put a load on the engine. The engine is adjusted so it will run at idle, but that's not enough power to move the lever forward and all the way. You can creep a little bit with the engine speed low. Remember, you can push in the pedal to get it back to neutral. still a little bit of wear in this mechanism because you can't buy the parts anymore to replace all the parts. So if you're going in reverse and you push in the pedal, it still creeps slightly. If you're going forward and you push the pedal, that brings it to a good stop. I left it that way. I could possibly adjust it so that it creeps slightly forward when you're going forward, or reverse if you stop when you go reverse. So for normal operation, you want your engine RPMs up a little bit with a hydrostatic transmission. Partway in. While you're moving, you can push the pedal partway in to slow it down. Push the pedal all the way in, it should bring it back to a stop. Parking brake on, it will disengage the clutch, so you'll hear the engine RPMs go up a little. So it takes the load off the engine. Gonna go through the same thing again with the camera on the tripod. So first, make sure your lever's in neutral by pushing in the clutch. That moves the lever back to the neutral position. Make sure your parking brake is on, which is down. That disconnects the belt, takes the load off the engine. Move the lever and have the brake engaged, nothing happens. So you want to push in your clutch to get the lever back to neutral. You can engage the transmission. You can use the clutch to put it back to neutral. You always want to put the parking brake on before you get off the tractor so it doesn't creep. That's it. Battery goes with the tractor. So I'm selling it as you see it.